What's up YouTube, this is your boy AfroJoeTCG, and today I want to show you guys a few combos with the Zoodiacs post the March 2017 ban list. And the reason I wanted to do this video is because now that, if you guys haven't seen the ban list, Zoodiac Ratpier has been put to 2, which means that the deck can no longer just summon Rat and make Daigusto Emerald and a Field of Drancia as well as go +3 without having an additional summoning method as well. But the question is, can a deck still make the combo? And the answer is yes. And this is some examples of how you can make the traditional Trident Daigusto combo, which also means by extension you can also most likely make the Lunar Light combo as well. But to start off, so there is one card method you can do, and it requires you to have a Terra Top in hand. So instead of having 12, you now have 3. So you would special summon the Speedroid Terra Top, and you would use this effect to search out the Tate Tom board. Now that Tate Tom board is in your hand, you will special summon it to your side of the field, and then use both your level 3s to overlay for Emmet Saber Invoker. Then you would use Invoker's effect to detach either one of the 2 equipped cards in order to bring out Ratpier. Now you will overlay Ratpier. You overlay Wildbow on top of Ratpier, and then on top of Wildbow, you would overlay your Tigris. Now you use Tigris' effect to detach the Wildbow in order to special summon the second and last Rat from your deck. Then you use Tigris' other effect to detach the Ratpier in order to equip a Wildbow you just detached back to your Tigris. Now you'll overlay on top of the Tigris the Bullhorn in order to detach either Tigris or Wildbow in order to add a Junichi level 4 to your hand, in which case I pick Viper. Now in the original combo, you would have had the ability to go for a Rat as well, and you could have made that Daigusto Emerald. But in this case, you can't make that play. And since we haven't normal summoned yet, we can now normal summon the Search Viper in order to make a rank 4 Daigusto Emerald. And if you notice, we have 3 cards in our graveyard, so Daigusto Emerald's effect will activate, allowing us to detach the Rat in order to shuffle back both our Rats and our Tigris back into our deck and draw a card. So as you guys can see, we started with 1 card being the Speedroid Terra Top, and now we ended with 4 cards, meaning that we made a +3 card advantage overall. So this is the only way that I've saw that you can do a 1 card combo like this. There are other ways that require 2 cards that can still make a very similar board, and I will demonstrate those to you in a second. Okay, so now I'm going to show you guys the second combo, which is a 2-card combo, and it requires a Ratpier that can be normal summoned, as well as an instant fusion in your hand. So to start off the combo, you're going to normal summon the Zoodiac Ratpier, and use this effect to send an extra Zoodiac monster from your deck to your graveyard. In this case, if you notice, I run two Viper, so I'm going to send the extra copy of Viper to the graveyard. Now I'm going to overlay on top of my Ratpier my Wildbow, and then like before, on top of my Wildbow, my Tigris. And so most of the combos start off the same way. So once I get my Tigris overlaid on top of my Wildbow, I'm going to activate Tigris' effect to detach the Wildbow in order to special summon the Zoodiac Ratpier from my deck. So now I have both Ratpiers out my deck. Now I'm going to use Tigris' second effect in order to detach the currently equipped Ratpier in order to equip the Viper I just sent to the graveyard to my Tigris. And now you're going to overlay on top of your Tigris your Bullhorn and detach for Bullhorn's effect the Tigris in order to add another level 4 Zoodiac monster from your deck to your hand, in which case I'm going to add Viper personally. Now we're going to overlay on top of the Bullhorn your Drancia, and the reason why I clicked Viper is because now you have a 1200 attack point Drancia, which isn't huge, but Viper's effect does give it the ability that if it gets in the battle, it will banish both the monster it battles at the end of the damage step, and Drancia can also pop, which makes it a bigger threat than it was before on its lonesome. Now you can activate your instant fusion to bring out your Norden. And when Norden hits board, its effect allows you to bring out a level 4 lower monster from your graveyard to your side of the field. In which case, you're going to bring back your Ratpier you had detached earlier. Now you have 2 Beast Warriors, so you can now overlay into Fire Fist Tiger King And when this card is XC summoned, it has the ability to set any fire formation card from your deck to your side of the field. And the card we're going to choose is Fire Formation Tensu. And Tensu's effect allows you to normal summon an additional beast warrior while this card's on the field. And it's a once per turn effect, of course. So now I have, with the Viper that I searched, I'm going to normal summon it via Tensu's effect. And now you're going to activate the effect of Tiger King. And the reason you activate Tiger King here is because if you didn't, you would have had 2 cards in your graveyard, and you need 3 in order to activate the effect of Daigusto Emerald. If you wait until after you summon Daigusto Emerald, you would have negated its effect. So what you're going to do is you're going to overlay into Emerald, and now you're going to use this effect by detaching either Viper or Norden, and shuffling back your Ratpier, your Tigress, and either your Norden or your Wildbow. And now you draw a card. So now if you notice, we started with 2 cards, and now we technically have 5 on board, 4 on board and 1 in hand, which means we went +3 yet again with this combo. So in a second, I'm going to show you guys a third way you can use that doesn't require you to use instant fusion, but allows you to get a relatively similar board. Okay, so for the third combo, it's also going to be a 2-card combo, which requires you to have a rat you can normal summon. But this time we're going to run a card that's not usually seen in Zoodiacs, and it's a Brilliant Fusion. And the reason I want to showcase the Brilliant Fusion combo is because the new set coming out in April, I believe, April 31st, or around that time period, will introduce the new the new Predaplant cards, and one of which is able to search out another one to the field, which will allow you to search out any card fusion in its name, which includes Brilliant Fusion or Instant Fusion. And I'm just showing you guys some possible alternatives you can do. So to start off the play, you're going to go for Rat, and like before, you're going to send your Viper to the graveyard, overlay on top of it with Wildbow, then overlay on top of the Wildbow the Tigress. Then you're going to use Tigress effect to send a Wildbow to the graveyard to bring out Rat like before, and it's a rinse and repeat of what we did previously. So we're going to equip to it the Viper. Now we're going to put on top of it the Bullhorn. Now we're going to detach the Tigress in order to add a Viper to our hand. And then we'll overlay on top of the Bullhorn, the Drancia. Now we'll activate the Brilliant Fusion, which will allow us to send a copy of Garnet and a Light to the graveyard in order to bring out our Seraph Knight, in which case we can now normal summon our Viper we added and go for the Daigusto Emerald. And the reason why Brilliant Fusion is actually pretty decent is that it automatically dumps 2 cards you need for the 3 requirement for Daigusto Emerald, making it a lot easier for you to get the effect off without having to worry about what cards you need to detach and so on and so forth. So now we'll use this effect to detach the Rat and shuffle back both our Rats and most likely our Tigress back to our extra deck just to draw a card. And as you can see, just like the previous combo, we started with 2, now we ended with 5, which means that we have a +3 combo. And now for the 4th and final combo, I'm going to show you a 2-card combo that can also OTK your opponent potentially, though it is a bit more situational. Okay, so as I stated earlier, the final combo of the deck is a 2-card OTK combo, and it requires you to have a Speedray Terratop and an Instant Fusion in hand. The reason why I said this is situational is because currently there is no way for you to search out the Speedray Terratop in your deck, and until the release of the new set in April, we won't have a way to search out Instant Fusion either. So to start the combo, you're going to special summon your Speedray Terratop, and like the first combo I demonstrated with Terratop, you're going to search out your Tactiton board, go for special summon it so we can have 2 level 3s to make our Invoker. And then once we get Invoker on board, we're going to activate its effect in order to detach, and then special summon our Ratpier from our deck. Now we can overlay on top of our Ratpier like before with our Wildbow, and then on top of Wildbow we're going to overlay our Tigress. Detach the Wildbow using Tigress's effect in order to special summon the Ratpier from our deck. And now that we have both Ratpiers, we're going to detach our Ratpier so we can send it to the graveyard and in turn we're going to re-equip or reattach our wild bow to our Tidris. Now we're going to overlay on top of our Tidris our bullhorn or broad bull, and then we're going to detach our wild bow in order to add a copy of a copy of Viper to our hand. Now we're going to activate our instant fusion to bring out our Norden, which when summoned will allow us to resurrect our Ratpier that we sent to our graveyard to our side of field. Now that we have 2 Beast Warriors, we're going to overlay into a Fire Fist Tiger King, and as in the previous combo, you guys should know that Fire King allows us to set any Fire Formation Spell Trap to our side of field, but instead of going for Tensu, we're actually going to go for Tenki. Now we're going to activate Tenki and search out our second copy of Viper. Now we are going to normal summon our Viper and overlay into our Da Samurai. Finally, we're going to overlay into our Drancia now and attach our Viper to our Drancia to give it some more power, and activate our Da Samurai's effect to be able to attack twice this turn. So in damage, we're going to deal 1300 attack, then we're going to deal 16, then we're going to deal 23, and then 2 19s, which should give us over 9,000 total points of damage in this combo, which is well over enough for OTK. So I hope you guys enjoyed this combo tutorial. That's it for the combos. Please remember to rate, comment, subscribe, and share with your friends. If you guys liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, give it a thumbs down. Comment in the comment section down below what other combos that I might not have been able to post in this video that you guys know about that Zoodiacs can still do, or some other interesting combos that you might do in different builds of Zoodiac, such as Zoodiac Metaphors, Zoodiac Kaiju, Zoodiac Invoke, or whatever variant you play. I'm curious to know your guys' thought process and what you guys would play or combos you guys perform in your own decks. So once again, this is AfroJoeTCG. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys on the next one.